Hey there, tech enthusiast. I am here with 4th of October 2024 Shift 1 TCS NQT problem statements. Yes, these questions were asked in the online assessment of TCS NQT 2024, which is currently going on for 2025 batch. Yes, guys. So we'll deep dive into the problem statement. And again, there is a good news is I recently uploaded the number theory one shot sheet, and in this particular sheet the same question came in the NQT exam as well with the same test case. Okay, I got the question from one of the candidate and I was surprised that it is totally same question asked from this sheet. So if you have not watched this video till now, you can find the video link in the description. Click on it and watch it and solve all the problem right now. Okay, so let's check this question. Check if a number is perfect. Okay, so what do you mean by perfect number? Let's say 28 is n given to us. Okay, and what would be the factors? What would be the factor of 28? Would be 1 for sure, 2 definitely, because 2 times 14 will be 28. Then we have 4 because 4 times 7. So if 4 times 7 is, then definitely 7 times 4 would be. And in 12, okay, then we have 14. So yeah, so these are the prime factors of 28. Now, your task not only to find the factors, you need to sum those factors as well. So if you sum all of these, you will end up having 28 in the last. So if your sum of whole factors and the given n is same, then number is a perfect number. Okay, I hope you got what do you mean by perfect number. Now let's begin how we can code it up. Now, as when I explaining, I guess you might end up writing the code in O of n solution, is it? So what you think it of is, for I equivalent to 0, till you will move till n, whatever n you need to take input or whatever n that they will give us. And what I will check is, if I found that, or I should start from 1. So if I found that my n mod I is equivalent to 0, which means it's a factor of n, is it? So if it is a factor of n, please sum, include it into yourself so that we can accumulate the sum at every point. Great. So after summing up all, I will check in the last if, or better to create a function, or I will do it as is return sum. If it is equivalent to n, then whatever result should be, it will be returned to the function. So if sum is 28 and n is 28, this will call back to the function and function will return true. Okay, so this is the particular flow how you can write it. And if you discuss the time complexity, so time complexity would be O of n of this particular approach, and the space complexity would be O of 1. So this is a very easy approach that I can tell you is. But what if, because in this exam, this solution was totally accepted because this is brute force and it's typically having a good time complexity as well. But if you search on different compilers on the different website where you used to code, this code will not be submitted, because there the constraint is 10 to the power 5. So you need to write 10 to the power 5 or 10 to the power 6, something like that. So you need to write a very less time complexity as compared to O of n as well. So how you can do it? Okay, so let's take a beautiful example. Okay, I will take the example. So 12. Great. So what I will do is, this is a totally an example. I'm not talking about perfect number or odd. Okay. So that 12 factors would be 1, definitely, 2 for sure. Then we have 3, 100%, because 3 times 4 is, then definitely 4 would be there. Then 5 is not, but 6 times 2 is there. And 7, 8, 9, no. Then we have 11, no. Then we have 12 itself. Okay. So as you can see, we have n here with us and his factors as well. What I can see here is, what I will do in the for loop, what I was doing in this for loop is, I was keep on checking at every I. Let's say my I is here. So, okay, so I did n divided by I, which is 12 divided by I. I end up having, which is 1. Till now I is pointing to 1, so 1. So I end up having 12, and it is totally divisible, and I got it 12 as well. Okay, so again, when my I comes to 2, what happened next is 12 times 2 is 6. Is it? Yes. Now, when again my I comes to 3, what I saw is 12, 3. What it was? It was 4. Is it? So it is totally divisible. That's why, because 3 times 4 is 12. And if you see some pattern underlying is, okay, I will let you know what type of pattern that I'm talking about. It is 12. Okay, you can see the whole factors of 12, is it? But when you performed n by I on the very first point, which is 1. What you got? You got 12. So you got 12. Is it? When you performed n by I with the second point, which is 2, so 12 by 2, you end up having 6. Can you see? We have 6 as well. N divided by I, when you performed with the 3, like 3 number, you will end up having 4. Can you see 4 here? At every time, whenever you are performing your for loop iteration to check whether the number is a factor of 12 or not, you end up computing again to find the same. Is it? So I ran my loop till 12 and I end up having all my factors. But it is not totally required, because when I am doing the very first step, I know that somehow, sometime I will definitely end up recalculating the stuff again. Because if let's say if it is divisible by 2, if my 12 is divisible by 2, then definitely it will be divisible by 6 as well. Because 2 times 6 is 12 and 6 times 2 is 12. I hope you got it. So we need to eliminate the multiple traversals. So how we can do it? It is very easy, guys. When you are summing up, okay, so what I will do is, firstly, I got to know that I don't need to traverse throughout the array. Until when I need to travel? Only the square root of the stuff. Okay, so square root would be 3.4, something like that. Is it? So what I will do is, I will start my loop for I equivalent to 1 to 3.4. In this particular case I'm talking about, or root n that you can take. Okay, root n that you can take. So I will check if my n mod I is equivalent to 0, which means I got a I which is divisible, which can divide by given n, which is a factor of n. Great. So I need to compute the sum at every point. Is it? So sum plus I will do I, and I know that if my n is modded by I and it is totally divisible, then definitely the B is the quotient that will end up having in the last, will definitely recompute it again somewhere. So as I am reducing my range, so I will not go at that second point, okay, that second B. So what I will do, I will also include this as well here. Okay, so it covers everything. Let's say my n is 12 and my I is 2. So it is totally divisible. Yes, totally, Aditya, it is divisible. Then I have I. So I multiplied. Now 2 divided by C would be 6, because we'll end up removing 6 to the reiteration stuff. Okay, so yes, this is the particular thing that we need to add in our code, and our code is totally fine. But there is a one if condition also we need to add. What? We are indirectly eliminating the recomputation of the same stuff. Don't you think? Yes. So we just need to write a condition, would be if my I, whatever I that I'm currently on, should not equivalent to n mod I. Okay, because it may be that we are continuously traversing and we found up a number which is I, and after dividing I will end up having the same thing. Then we don't need to perform that. Okay, so we need to add this. So this would be the particular optimal solution where the time complexity would be O of root n and the space complexity would be O of 1. I hope you got it. It is a very easy. We just need to eliminate the recomputation. That's it. Is it? So let's have a look on Python code. And in the same manner, you need to write your code in the TCS NQT as well. Okay, so def is perfect. Fantastic. If n is less than equivalent to 1, please return it false, because if it is less than equivalent to 1, definitely the number can't become a prime factor, okay, or perfect number. So total sum is equivalent to 1. Yes. For I in range 2 comma int, so I am just moving till my root of n. Okay, so plus 1 so that I can add the last value, and pointing it to int because I just need to eliminate the decimal points. So if my number is a factor, tentative to become a factor, if it is 0, then definitely, then please add it to the total sum. Okay, and again, before adding it again, please make sure that I will not add something again, something n divided by I again in the future. Okay, otherwise we will end up having the wrong answer, because let's say 6 you already computed here, you already added 6, but afterward, few iteration afterwards, you will end up having 6 again. So we'll not add it to preserve our answer or to return answer in the right manner. Okay, so total sum plus n divided by I, and I am done. So total sum is equivalent to n, and yes, if it is equivalent to n, it will return true or it will return false. So this is the question which was asked to you in the TCS NQT 2024. So it is very easy. The time complexity would be root n. So let's discuss the CPP code as well. You can find Python, CPP and Java code into the description. There is a GitHub link. Just click on it and play with these codes. Okay, so as include IOStream using namespace std. Bool is perfect int of n. I usually create a function and it is totally dependent upon you whether you want to or not. But creating function will easily help us to write some boolean checks very easy. Okay, now same case, covering the boundary case, then writing the same for loop and checking. I will not recompute n by I again and just adding it into a sum, and I am done. I am totally done. So only few lines of code and your code is totally done. Okay, so you can see the same thing. Because in C++ we are not using any great things like collections of stuff, but here also I'm not using, so that's why the code looks very similar to each other. So sum plus n divided by I, sum plus I not equivalent to n minus I to prevent the recomputation, and in the last just returning it whatever it will be. Okay, so this is the simple code in Python, C++, Java. So massive success rate in TCS Digital Ninja Prime if you want to crack your interview, because if you're able to solve 2 problems or at least 1 problem, you will definitely end up having 1 role into your hand. So start preparing for your interview, because TCS interview is not easy. So transform your interview opportunity into the offer letter and make your parents proud. 1 hour of in-detail technical session and HR manager prep will check your all status on everything, what you actually know, how you know about your project, your resume, your technical skill, core skills, your HR manager, much more. If you talk about full interview simulation, Vibes will give you the resume review, how you can improve your resume where you are lagging, and personalized feedback on 1 hour session, how you can improve it, what is your lagging points, what is your weakness, and the communication points, and guidance, support, mentorship, and much more. In just on primecoding.in, just head on to it, where will change your career. So let's discuss the coding question 2. Given a space separated string of words, write a function to count the frequency. So it is totally and simple case. You don't need to capitalize it. Okay, a simple case where you need to count the particular frequency of each fruit that is listed in the input. Now here that we need to talk about is input, not the approach, because approach is pretty easy. You just need to initialize a hash map and you're totally done. Is it? So yes, how you can do it? Because you can see apple 3 times has been repeated, banana 2 times has been repeated, orange 1 time is repeated. How you can create it? It is very easy, very easy. Let's hop towards the code. See, this is a way you need to take input. Okay, so int input string. So just take the input in a single line. People used to do is, let's create a list of map or input split something and try to be very convenient in writing. Yes, I know it is convenient, but wherever it is possible, if this approach is not working, you can use is everything. If they has been given space separated, comma separated, anything, just take it as a string input and afterwards pass it as your choice, whatever you want to. Okay, you can remove commas, you can just use split and you are done. Is it? So yes, I took the input in a single line, then pass to the function. Okay, now count frequency function will have a string into it. Now I'm splitting it. Now what split will do is, it will segregate all apples, banana by themselves. Okay, so every becomes an word inside a list. Now I have an array. Now I just need to put into the hash map and I'm done. So frequency hash map I initialized. So word in words, which means apple, banana will come afterwards in iterative manner. So I need to check. I only need to put the thing into my hash map if that particular thing is alpha, okay, which is alphabet, not a numeric. If it is numeric, I don't need to do anything. Is it? So if word in frequency, if it is there, please increment the counter. If it is not there, please reinitialize to 1. Simple. So fruit and quantity in items and you're done printing it. So it is a very easy approach, but I can see we are taking the space complexity of O of n, basically 2n, but 2 is ignored, and as time complexity is O of n. Okay, so yes, the code is pretty optimal and this is totally accepted. Now if you talk about C++, the same thing. I took the input in getLine. As you can see, I took the input in getLine because I need to take a straight string. Okay, because I heard that getLine is working, that's why I'm taking that. If you know other approach that works for you, let me know in the comment section. So count frequency has been called. Now count word, constant string I created. Now string string. What is the help of string string? It will make my work convenient so that I can traverse on the word, eliminating the space. Let's see here. So SS word, it will keep iterating on the apples, bananas and stuff so that I can iterate on it and check and perform my operations. Is it? So bool is alpha is true. So for char C word, if it's alpha means if it is alpha, not something else, then only please perform. Otherwise, don't perform, because it could be some other type of word or digit or something. So if it is alpha, please increment. Please increment the frequency of that word. Okay, and auto pair frequency, pair first, pair second, and you're done with your answer. And what thing that you notice here is you can use bits std c++.h for sure. In Java code, what you need to do, scanner class has been initialized. Guys, be thorough with these flower brackets, okay? Because people do forget about this flower brackets not putting correctly, and they start telling is not able to take inputs, outputs and stuff. Be thorough with your indentation, with your flower brackets, with your semicolons and stuff, because there you will get a notepad, not automated compilers to write your codes. Okay, so yes, you can see I took an whole input in just next line, passed it to the function, then creating a split so that I can get an word of array. Okay, then passing it one by one, and if all match, if it is an is letter, then definitely I will move forward to it, and I don't need to uppercase and lowercase the first thing. Okay, just remove it. So frequency dot put word frequency get default. If it is not there, please put 0, otherwise append it by 1, and in the last just print it. So totally a similar problem related to C++ and Java, Python, and the time complexity will remain as it is. Okay, so please join our Telegram group, because there you will get notes of everything that I usually put, interaction with your peers, networking with your peers, learn from your peers, and share your learning so that you can also learn and they can also learn and grow. Okay, so the Telegram link in the description, do check this out. And the TCS, Accenture, Capgemini, Cognizant, and Hiring Alert, everything is totally built on this particular channel. This will definitely help you to crack your upcoming on-campus placement. So please share with your juniors, seniors, whomever you want to, so that they can ace and get the placement opportunity from their campus. So we'll meet you with a new video soon. Please do subscribe to the channel if you have not, like this video and share with your friends. Thank you.